This is the Patriots Pregame Show, fueled by Dunkin'.
He's throwing it towards left corner of the end zone. Caught! Touchdown New England!
The Patriots Pregame Show is your source for all the news and information before every game.
He took it to the house! Again!
There we go!
The Patriots take the lead!
Patriots Nation, welcome to the Patriots Pregame Show, fueled by Dunkin'.
It's the Patriots Pregame Show presented by Dunkin', fueled by Dunkin', actually. We're excited to be with you guys. Welcome, everybody. Week 1, Raiders are in town, and the rain is pouring down.
It's such a beautiful day out. I love it. I'm loving it.
I don't know if this is football weather or not, but
Exactly. I mean, some would say.
some would say. So excited. We got a new face here on set, Kwani Lunas, joining us. And Kwani, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. You'll eventually be sitting in the host chair here.
Yes, I will.
No pressure, but Mike and I seem to go through hosts at a rapid rate.
Oh my gosh, the pressure's on.
We might be hard to work with, Mike.
I thought you were pretty cool for now. So we'll see. We'll see.
We got a quick shout out to Claudia Bellafato, who was going to hold down the fort.
Yes.
Got a great job offer down in CBS with Florida, working NCAA football. So we want to wish her the best. And now an opportunity has emerged for Kwani. So Kwani, thanks for joining us.
Yes,
and you're
thanks for
jumping right
having
in.
me.
You're not the only new face around here, though. Of course, Paul. All summer we spent with Mike Vrabel, the new head coach of the Patriots. So for those just joining us here for week 1, maybe they missed training camp. Give me the quick synopsis of how the summer went here under Mike Vrabel.
Just so much optimism, energy, enthusiasm. I would say there's a lot of excitement for the start of a new season. But I think that the number one thing I would take away from Vrabel and his imprint on the team that I've seen is just energy. They've had, I think, more of a purpose on the practice field. No more of that 45 minutes to an hour sort of warm up, individual drills, waiting to get into something. There seems to be much more of a purpose to everything that they've done, from drill to drill, from period to period, a lot of running, a lot of intensity. We'll find out what it all means when they start playing games. But I feel like that the way that Vrabel went about business in the summer, I think has the fan base, the team, the organization in the building, I think, energized.
Yeah.
And he's definitely a no-nonsense guy. You hear former players, current players say that he is all about business. And I think this is exactly what the Patriots need right now.
It looks like it when he's jumping in the drills and
Yeah,
getting blocked.
calling people out, tearing them apart.
You seem to get that footage every week. And guys, before we jump into the keys, I just got to mention Drake May. Mike
Yes.
Vrabel took over the team, but Drake May, second-year quarterback, 4th overall pick last year. Hopes are high for him with Josh McDaniels' offense. We saw joint practice with the Commanders. We saw a couple joint practices with the Vikings. Limited work in the preseason game. But Kwani, what do you want to see out of Drake May here today?
Yeah, so that's actually one of my keys. I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself, but he needs to trend upwards. We look at the Celtics, oh my gosh, the Patriots this season, and they've the last 2 seasons, 4 and 13, right? And I spent the last 10 years of my career working in social media, and I was covering the Celtics and Patriots as well. And one of my jobs was to make sure that we're following the trends that fans wanted to see. But when you think about trends in the literal definition, it's something that's happening over and over that people are doing on a consistent basis. For the Patriots, that trend has been being mediocre, unfortunately. But right now, I think Drake May is at a position where he can trend upward. And we're talking about Mike Vrabel. In the preseason, he said leadership is a no days off situation. I know that sounds very familiar to Patriots fans, but it's true. And for Drake May, he's proven he can take snaps in the NFL. He is confident in that space. And now this is really, like, last season was his aperitif, so to speak, and now we get to really see him take over and show Patriots fans what he's really about.
Do we become like bilingual or something?
It's
What are we doing?
Appetizer?
What are we doing?
Appetizer?
Yeah, we can say appetizer
right,
if you don't know French.
Okay, listen, dumb it down for your
I will
idiot
dumb it.
host.
I got you. I'm so
Your
sorry.
idiot co-host
My
that only speaks
BC degree
English.
is coming out.
All right, well, you set the table already, so let's do it. Keys to the game.
Let's get into it.
You've waited all week for
The whole team's in the locker room right now just listening to this, waiting to hear what you're going to say.
Here are this week's keys to the game.
All right, I don't want to put more pressure on you, Kwani, but there is an illustrious key at risk here, up for grabs
actual
today.
key.
Of course, what is this, like season 3, 4, Paul? I don't know.
I don't know.
We've got, of
where
course,
does it
all the
work?
winners will eventually be engraved on this at some point.
Actually?
We take it very seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The pressure is really on.
We really don't.
I want my name engraved on
otherwise
there.
I would just win it every week.
Paul does win it a lot, but you're the new person, so
But you do crush a lot, don't
you
forget.
crush a lot. But let's set the table. I know you just kind of hinted at your key a little bit, but why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, I'll delve in a little bit more. So obviously I mentioned the fact that we've seen Drake May, what he's able to do in the preseason, even last year But today's game is very vital. When you talk about breaking those trends, one of the ways you disrupt those trends is with leadership. But with Drake May, now that he's been solidified as a captain, as a leader on this team, he needs to step forward. And I know there's some insecurities about the fact that his blind side is, being protected by 2 rookies. But Drake has to control what he can control. And what he can control is moving the chains, whatever that looks like. I know the weather is not great right now. So if that means running the ball today, that's what you have to do. But also with Stephon Diggs being here, he's getting the pieces. The excuse was he didn't have enough weapons. And now he has those weapons. This is the year to just move the chains, get the ball in the end zone, and just get some wins. And also one thing I appreciate about Mike Vrabel, just one more thing. When he was talking about leadership, he said that not every game is going to be extraordinary. Of course, we know that. It's a long season. It's grinding. But for Drake, he was saying specifically, it's how you come up after the God forbid losses, how you're able to keep your teammates above. And that's what's going to look like, I think, trending upwards for the Patriots this season.
Yeah, Paul, we talked all summer long. I felt like we get into certain issues for the team, and there are a number of areas of concern, but I feel like we always boil it back to, how does Drake play? Can he offset some of these issues that they potentially could have?
Absolutely. And it's simplistic. You could do it every week and have the same kind of thing. But I think games like this come down to, how do your best players perform against the other team's best players? The Raiders, I do not think are a great team across the board, but they do have some high-end talent, and that's why my key is involving one of the individual guys that I would consider high-end talent in the league. Any team, that would, Max Crosby, obviously. So it's Max Protect, Max with 2 X's.
That was well done. I love it.
You see that? Max Protect.
We get it.
I was like, they can't run Max Protect the whole time.
Max.
Double X.
Look at that. Double X. We're going to Max Protect. So there is a lot, and Kwani brought up, the rookies on the blind side. Mm-hmm. I think it would be sort of negligent on Pete Carroll's part and Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator for the Rams, to just line up Max Crosby on the side that he normally lines up on, which is the left defensive side, and go against Morgan Moses the whole game. I think they'd be doing a disservice if they didn't move him around a little bit. So I do think you're going to see some Will Campbell reps. I do think you're going to see some Morgan Moses reps on one of the premier pass rushers in football. And I don't think, Mike, you're going to see a whole lot of those with just Morgan Moses and just Will Campbell. I think there's going to be some help in the form of tight ends and whatnot, chip him with backs a little bit coming out of the backfield. So you can't let Max Crosby ruin this game.
Yeah, I did go back last year, Paul, because we had some discussion about this week, and I looked at their opening game last year against the Chargers, and it was surprising because I saw Max Crosby lining up on the right side, but not over rookie Joe Alt, who was playing on the right side last year. So there are some samples of them moving him around. Patrick Graham.
They moved him around, huh?
Yeah. They did.
I think you got finger wagged for suggesting that might happen.
Well, I mean, I just think if you go into this game with the best pass rusher in the league and you were to lose this game and you didn't once try to line him up against 2 rookies on the, especially when Mike Vrabel told you on Friday that Jared Wilson was going to be starting on the left side. So, we'll see how it all goes together. It's more than just Max Crosby. It's also, they're going to run some stunts. We got old friend Adam Butler who can get upfield. But let's go with my last key as we get ready for Vinny Bonsignore. He's going to join us from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, give us a view from the Raiders side of things. But mine is looking at the other side of the ball. Not surprising. I'm a defense guy, Kwani. You'll get to know that.
Defense wins championships. I get it. I respect it.
I hope so. But mine was D-Power Bowers. I don't know if D-Power is a word. Do you know if that D-Power
I think it makes it. Sounds like it'd be in the dictionary somewhere.
But he's a big problem. Everyone knows how good he is. And very curious to see what the Patriots' plan is for dealing with Brock Bowers as we welcome Vinny Bonsignore in from the Las Vegas Review Journal. I got tongue-tied on that one.
What?
I got tongue-tied.
Wait. Where is Vinny from?
The Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Okay, much better. I don't know what that was the first time you tried to say.
I was so excited for this first game, and I was talking about Brock Bowers. I think I was a deer in headlights thinking about him. But Vinny, thanks for coming here and joining us. Just give us a big picture view of what's going on in Vegas.
Give us the secrets.
All of it.
Well,
new look team.
A lot has changed. Obviously, it's kind of mirrored what you guys are doing as well here with the Patriots. So many changes. Thank you very much. So many changes. Kind of goes all the way back to Tom Brady. Joining the ownership group, and that was a lot bigger than people may think outside of Las Vegas and Raiderland. But that kind of started the ball rolling. Pete Carroll's not here if Tom Brady isn't here with the Raiders. John Spytek's not here if Tom Brady isn't here with the Raiders. So that's really big for this organization. But practicality-wise, Pete Carroll is now the head coach. a massive upgrade over last year with Antonio Pierce. There's no offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly. There's a new coach, or excuse me, quarterback in Geno Smith. So Ashton Genty is here. You mentioned Brock Bowers. He's pretty good, football player. So it's dramatically different from what it was last year. How much better it is, that's always going to be the question. And we're going to get some answers, I think, today against the Patriots.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the defensive side. We've talked a lot about Max Crosby, obviously, with the Patriots having some 4 new starters on the offensive line.
Yeah.
I'm a little curious on the other side. Malcolm Kuntz coming off the torn ACL. How has his summer been, and what kind of impact do you think he can have coming off that injury? Interesting
about Malcolm, because the question going into last year was, could he pick up from where he left off the year before? He kind of turned the corner over the last 8 games of 2023, and there was a lot of expectations for him. And then literally a day or so before the first game of the season, he goes down with a knee injury. It was a massive blow for them. And so he spent all of last year getting better, obviously. It took him a little while in training camp to kind of get his footing and really get comfortable with coming back. He finished with a sack in the last preseason game, and I think that was a step in the right direction for him. But there's been a lot of changes on defense as well. Obviously, you got Max Crosby, Malcolm Kuntz, the bookend defensive ends. The linebacker group is completely different. You've got Devin White, you've got Jermaine Pratt, you've got Landon Roberts, former Patriot here in the back end. Youth with the cornerbacks. And I would say that that's the biggest concern for the Raiders right now. Caillou Blue Kelly is a starter. Eric Stokes is a starter. DeCameron Richardson is a second-year player. He'll get a lot of time. Darian Porter is a rookie from Iowa State. He'll get a lot of time as well. But there's probably, 25 games tops between all of those guys of experience. So keep an eye on that. And then safeties, Jeremy Chin, they signed him from the Commanders, and Isaiah Polamalu is a returning player. But it is a different defense. And what's interesting about it is, while they retain Patrick Graham, their defensive coordinator, we all know that Pete Carroll is a defensive guy. So this is going to be kind of a combination of what Patrick does and what Pete Carroll does, and what they do is completely opposite of each other. So I'm interested to see how it actually looks in a real game, and whose weight carries the most in terms of Pete and Patrick, because that'll dictate how this defense is aligned and how it plays and the philosophies that they use.
Good, Corey.
If I could go back quickly, you mentioned Tom Brady. What exactly has that TB12 effect looked like on a day-to-day basis, maybe in the locker room and beyond?
Yeah, from a overhaul or an overall football mentality, it's been huge. Like I said, Pete's not here unless there's that component in place, and it's not just Tom. There's 3 others that they brought in that are pretty heavy hitters, and Mark Davis did that strategically. He knew that he needed help getting this football program and the business side of things to a new level. It's a gold mine in Las Vegas, and they're doing well in the community. They're doing well from a financial standpoint, but there's new plateaus that they want to get to, especially on the football side. And so Tom being here to kind of oversee everything. He's really the face of the football operations. Yeah. Now he does it in a remote way. Okay. He's not in the building.
So he's not in a locker room?
No, he was there during training camp a few times. He was at one of the preseason games at Allegiant Stadium. Obviously today, he's somewhere. I don't even know where it is, what game he's got today. But he's not going to be there on a daily basis. Okay. But with today's technology, he's a phone call away. Mm-hmm. And every big decision that's made, probably every decision that's made on the football side,
goes through him. That makes sense.
I saw that Raheem Mostert was among the inactives. A little bit more focus on Ashton Genty. How has he looked this summer, and do you expect him to be a heavy part of the game plan today?
Yeah, Ashton is somebody that in Las Vegas we're pretty well aware of. He played at Boise State, and they played in the same division or conference as UNLV. He's the real deal. And, it's funny talking to Pete Carroll about him. Pete's somebody that goes back to, he coached under Bud Grant, to give you a perspective of how long he's been at this. So when you talk to Pete about Ashton Genty, the wheels start going, and he's like, well, he kind of, and then I could visually see the names or the faces that he's thinking about. He won't go there necessarily because he always stops himself, and we'll let the young guy, be himself. But Marshall Faulk, LaDainian Tomlinson, Barry Sanders, and I'm not going to Emmitt Smith. He's got a kind of a combination of all those guys, I've been around a long time. I'm not afraid to say what I think. I think he's going to be fantastic. I think he's going to be in contention for Offensive Rookie of the Year, and I think he's going to have a fabulous career. There's something about him that's special. You saw that in college. We saw that in training camp, in his limited action in the preseason. You saw it. I'm pretty fired up to see what it looks like in an actual game, getting 20 carries or so, and then obviously for a full season. But he's pretty good. And when you put him with Brock Bowers, who's also pretty darn good, all of a sudden the Raiders' offense, with Geno, especially with Geno Smith and Chip Kelly calling it, this has a chance to be a pretty good offense. And this was not the case last year at all. It was a bad offense.
And you touched on Chip Kelly, and he's been like one of the things this week is everybody's talked about just what an unknown that is, because the last we saw him in the NFL, he was sort of trying to do the Oregon offense and the kind of the gimmicky kind of stuff. But from what we've seen in his return to college, he's kind of stepped away from that a little bit. So no one really knows anything to expect. Do you think it's going to be about Genty today? Whether or not withstanding that could change, anyone's game plan. But going in, assuming the weather was normal, would you expect them to try to establish Genty and play that way?
Without question. But there's also an understanding that, when you have a weapon like Brock Bowers, that the offense is going to run through him. At least the passing game offense is going to run through him. But you also have a Jacoby Myers who's pretty darn good as well. And you've got a couple of rookies, Dante Thornton and Jack Besh. And Dante is a guy that earned a starting role. He's kind of a situational guy. He's 6'5", can run a 4.3 40. So he's their long ball guy. But he showed in training camp that he's more than that. I think that was a little bit of a surprise, which is why he's one of the starters. But also keep an eye on Trey Tucker and Michael Mayer, I should say. I think Michael Mayer in this offense, the Raiders have sort of shortchanged him a little bit. He's a good football player. He was a great football player at Notre Dame, and I just don't think that they've utilized him correctly over his first 2 years. I get the feeling that that's not going to be the case anymore. Now, it's going to be obviously in conjunction with Brock Bowers, so you got to keep that in perspective. But I would say that he's going to be a pretty big part of the game plan. But yes, to answer your question, it's going to be the action. You don't draft a running back 6th overall and then ease him in or do a committee. It's going to be his show, provided he stays healthy. He's going to get the bulk of the carries.
You got another one, Quantity?
Yeah, from what you've seen, we did our keys right before you got in here. So what would you say are some of the keys for the Patriots when it comes to
from the Patriots side of things? Definitely trying to win the turnover battle. Pete Carroll is 24-11 in games that start 10 a.m. for his teams. If you go back to his Seattle days, which is pretty darn good. It's kind of unheard of, actually. He's got a little formula. He won't share the details, but one of the things that he did say to me was he actually shortchanged himself. He said that they were plus 28 on the turnover differential. I went back and looked at it. It was actually plus 34. I was like, you shortchanged yourself.
See, that's the difference between a real reporter and us. I would have been like, well, Vrabel said they were plus 28. So
I learned a long time ago, you never trust coaches. Their memory is a little bit different, and it's usually less. They usually give themselves a little bit more. Yeah. He actually shortchanged himself. So, and he said, look, if you want to know why we won those games, it's because we won the turnover battle. So I think this game, especially with the weather, and especially with two teams that 2 new offensive coordinators, 2 new head coaches, a new quarterback for the Raiders, a second-year quarterback who's in his first year with Josh McDaniels. I think the team that makes the least mistakes is going to, and I know that's cliche, but it's typically what it comes down to, especially these early season games.
Yeah, I just got to ask you one more. Jacoby Myers, our old friend from here. Yeah. What's going on with him there in Vegas right now?
He's not happy with the contract. He's making $10.5 million this year. That's not what he's worth, especially coming off the season that he came off of. They're trying to work something out that'll make him happy at least for this year. But he's made a trade demand. We talked to him on Wednesday. He's like, I made the demand. They said no, and so that was as far as that went. But I'm ready to play if they want me to play. I'm ready to go if they want me to go. I'm happy here, but I can be happy everywhere else. The money's green everywhere. So he's not hiding the fact that he's not happy with the contract, but he's also, I think you guys probably know Jacoby. He's not going to be somebody that's going to sabotage himself or the team. He's going to go out, which makes the trade demand a little bit, like a dog that's barking but doesn't have a bite. I think the Raiders understand he's going to be a professional about this. So I would think that they would work something out at least for this year, maybe bump up his salary, to guarantee a little bit more money. and then revisit it in March.
Yeah, you saying that he made the trade demand and they said no, and he said, "Oh, okay,"
Okay, cool.
is the least surprising thing that Mike and I have
Right.
heard. If you get a chance to meet Jacoby's dad,
Yes. Yeah.
So just
I heard he was a
tremendous.
fan of the show.
Oh, he
was.
would. He would
Not
write.
anymore.
He would write into our show. Good family, good people. I'm not surprised at all that he'll be a
Absolutely.
professional about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Vinny, can we get a score prediction out of you?
Oh boy,
know.
this probably won't make Patriots. Is it Patriot Nation or
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll go. Raider Nation hates that. It's theirs, and they make you know about it. I'm gonna say Raiders 27-21.
Not bad.
Sounds good. Vinny Bonsignore, Las Vegas Review-Journal. Thanks so much for taking the time to sit down with us.
Absolutely, thank you
Appreciate
guys.
it.
it.
Sorry for figuring it.
No worries.
Sorry,
I
sorry,
should
couldn't get you
remember
any weather here. This is brutal. Week 1. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You
Take care, guys.
We'll see. We'll see you upstairs in a little while.
All right. I'm going to do it.
Oh, you got
I
some
was gonna
stuff?
do a
You
quick
got some
read here
bills to
because,
pay?
you know,
Go
Paul,
ahead. Go
we'll
ahead.
talk about value. So you got a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, hash browns, and a coffee for $6. And yeah, it's as good as it sounds. Order now only at Dunkin'. No substitutions. Participation and times may vary. Offer prices vary in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply. And the Patriots Pregame Show is sponsored by the Massachusetts 250 campaign, commemorating a history of possibility. Plan your revolutionary weekend at massachusetts250.org. Well, good stuff from Vinny there. I'm not sure why I couldn't quite get Las Vegas Review-Journal out there. I was for a second.
It's kind of it's the most elementary thing, but the fact that Brady's here, like I didn't think he would be here
Oh, is he here?
today. Well, that's what he said. He's here somewhere.
I couldn't
He's
tell if
hiding in the
telling he was calling a
stands.
game, or is he not calling any games or anything today? I assumed
Well, maybe tonight.
he might be.
Later.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe
a
he doesn't.
weird-
Maybe he doesn't have
just a
one.
day
Hanging
off.
out by his statue, like
I
pointing
just
at it.
assumed-
That's me, guys.
That's me.
Maybe he was. Yeah, maybe he was being facetious, and I didn't pick up on that. I don't know.
No, I think he was being serious.
No, I didn't want to ask him about the tuck rule, but I imagine that's got to get buried in Raiders history now. We can't. That'd be kind of strange, wouldn't it? That like one of the guys who's responsible for one of your most hated, controversial plays
Is now in charge of all
literally
your
owns your
moves.
team. A little bit strange on there, but hey, we got some calls coming in. Let's jump over to the phone line here. Nate's down in Connecticut. Nate, what's going on?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Good.
Hi, Nate.
What's up? My question for you guys. So obviously Foxborough, really crappy weather, raining. I don't think it's going to be too windy, but there might be, a little gust here and there. How do you think this affects the Patriots' initial game plan? Do you think they were, going to go heavy on the pass? And with the conditions today, do you think they're going to rely more on the run game with Stevenson and Henderson? Or do you think, despite the weather, they're going to still, take some shots down deep? Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, Nate. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're keeping an eye on the weather. What's the latest?
By the way, so yes, this is a perfect segue. Great question, Nate. I work at NBC. I didn't say where. So I work at NBC. I do a show called The Hub Today. It's an entertainment lifestyle show. But I called in our meteorologist, Tevin Wooten, because of course weather is playing a huge role in a game like this. So he sent me a little radar. If you want to go on Instagram, you can find me, Kwani A. Lunis. I put on my story, but he said big day for the run game and RPO, because it is looking like the rain's going to stick around until probably after the game ends.
Yeah.
So Foxborough, like you said, is really wet right now.
I love talking weather with
Very
Paul, because
gushy.
Paul always looks at me and goes,
Do you like weather?
Is there wind?
The wind is a good question.
I gotta be honest
that's a big
with
factor.
you. And I think both teams were going to come out. We talked
Yeah.
about this all week and run the ball. So I don't necessarily think the weather's going to have much of an impact on this game, because I don't think it's overly windy. I just looked up on my app and it's like, it's 64 degrees and the wind is making it feel like 62. So the wind is negligible, right? If the wind picks up, and as Nate said, you get some gusts, that I think that can affect the passing game a little bit. You get a wet ball and you're not exactly sure. Maybe you're not throwing it with conviction through the wind, and it's wet. That would impact it. But as long as it's kind of still,
Yeah.
I feel like ball security always
That's
an
what I
issue
was
with
just
a
gonna bring
wet
up.
ball.
That was what I was going to bring
Like
up.
you said,
But-
Vegas
but-
is dry.
So my point is, like, is it harder to hold on to the ball when you're running with it, or catching it and running with? Like, to me, it's ball security either way. It'll have an impact. I don't think it'll be a huge deal. If you had this kind of rain, say in early November, now you get a cold rain and balls.
That's just
getting- it's
miserable,
Like a rock, and
yeah.
it's just miserable.
It's
Is
not
right.
fun. It's not fun at all.
So
Hate it.
yes, I'm not going to say it will have no impact, but I don't think it's going to be a major impact.
yeah. Jump back to the phones, Patty from
Watch, there'll be
Agawam.
like 11 turnovers in the game now.
Right,
Ball
he just
sliding
jinxed all
all
of
over
it.
the place.
Hey, Patty.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Hi.
So, I got to point something out, Paul. You don't get much stuff wrong, but you did get one thing wrong during the week.
Oh, I get more. I got more than one
Call
thing
him
wrong.
out, Patty.
No, come on.
Let him have it.
I got to agree with my man Eldred. Gino likes to go deep, and if you look at his metrics, he was one of the best deep passers in the league last year. One of the things that worries me is not having our full complement of cornerbacks, i.e. Christian Gonzalez not playing today. They do have Thornton, and I can't remember the other young guy who's a speedster. I think they're going to test us deep. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I do think Gino, being the passer that he is and the experience that he has, will test us deep, and at least initially, to see if we can stop it. But to me, the biggest equalizer is going to be if our defensive line can get pressure. I like us to get pressure against them, especially when it counts on the gotta have it downs. In the third and fourth quarter on third down, I got the Pats winning today 27-23. Let's freaking go, baby.
Thanks, Patty.
I like
Appreciate
that.
it. You guys are seeing warm-ups right now. Shout out to Travion Henderson. Of course, the rookies now wearing that patch on their uniforms for their first game. So Travion making his debut. Should be exciting. Definitely a player we're all keeping an eye on. We're going to take a quick break, but first I'd point you to Paul's Quarter Zip. You might notice it's a Brunt. It's based right here in New England. Brunt Workwear makes work boots and apparel that are built for the job site. Their gear is comfortable, durable, and named after the real workers in the trades that help design it. You can even try Brunt out on the job, and if it doesn't blow you away, they let you send it back. Save $10 on your first order at bruntworkwear.com/Pats or with the coupon code PATS. We'll be right back after this.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
Join the show by calling in at 855-PATS-500 or email at podcast@patriots.com. Now, back to the Patriots pregame show fueled by Dunkin'.
That's right, Patriots pregame show fueled by Dunkin'. We're watching Diggs and Booty take the field there. Stephon Diggs about to make his debut with the New England Patriots.
I'm digging it.
Exciting.
Oh, I see what
I've
you
been
did.
waiting to say that all
Good. That was
day.
good.
Thank
Can you dig it?
And you dig it. Pop Douglas as well.
Hey, get the moves. I see you.
Oh, they almost
That's
tried to get you zoning on the red zone already, Paul, but you're not quite there yet. Don't worry, but I'm sure this afternoon.
That's more of a post-game show feature.
Some great games. Let's talk, guys, just for a second. Inactives came out. Not a lot of surprises. We knew that Christian Gonzalez wasn't going to be able to go. Anthony Jennings, maybe not a total surprise to people who are following through training camp. Paul, any general takeaways? Will Campbell was on the injury report. Looks like he's going to give it a go.
Yeah,
though.
no, I think that's probably the biggest item of news that came out is I think we all expected Will Campbell to play, but we officially get word now that the inactives have been released that Will Campbell will will be in the lineup, and I assume starting at left tackle. But yeah, Gonzo, we knew was going to be out. That's a big blow. I mean, you can make an argument he's the best player on the team.
Yeah.
So to not have him in week 1 is not ideal, but we knew that during the course of the week. The rest, I'm sure some people are wondering a little bit about Efton Chisholm, but also coming off a bit of an injury from that Minnesota game. And, conservative. I mean, he's 6th on the depth chart at wide receiver. So that one didn't come as a surprise. And Tommy DeVito being the emergency quarterback, I know.
I'm really bummed by that, by the way.
People are going to be looking to see if he can supplant Josh Dobbs as the number 2.
Yeah.
I don't think that he's been here long enough to really legitimately do that yet. But we'll keep an eye on that going forward.
Yeah.
All right, let's got a couple Christians from California lined up. Let's go first to Christian in LA. Hey, Christian.
I usually stay away from religion.
Hey.
It's Sunday.
Here we go.
Happy week 1.
I cracked him up.
Hi, Christian.
Here we go, guys. Week 1. I am excited, but I'm also nervous. You guys all know why I'm nervous, and the weather changes that even more. With that said, I have my set of expectations and my set of things that I will accept. So I'll ask you guys the same of Drake May, of the defense as a whole, and then of the rookies. So what I mean is, of Drake May, I am expecting 200 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and about 40 yards rushing. The defense, I'm expecting they let up about 13, 14 points. And then the rookies, Travion Henderson, 25 yards rushing, 10 yards passing, and onward. What do you guys think? I got the Pats winning 17-13. Here we go. Go Pats.
Go Pats.
Thank you, Christian. Did you write all that down, Kwani?
Yeah, but I wanted to ask Christian. I heard you guys. I don't know if he said 13 points for the defense. Does this mean this is a very defensive scoring game?
I think
as well?
based on his final score, they gave up.
I would just say that I don't. I'll take a win no matter how it comes.
Absolutely.
Obviously, if you're the Patriots right now, you've won 8 games the last 2 years. So I don't think any Patriot fan is going to lift a gift victory in the mouth, so to speak. But if it was 17-13, I'd be disappointed. If that's the kind of game that unfolds, unless the weather really does impact the game, I'd be really, really disappointed if it was a low-scoring game like that. And as far as Drake May, if we're not looking at 200 yards passing, then oof.
What are we doing?
Then something went wrong, right?
Yeah.
Again, and barring the weather just not allowing you to throw the ball, which I think it's just raining, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Hard to tell from the footage we're in the tunnel right now, but it didn't look too bad.
You're watching them go through warm-ups, Mike?
Yeah, it doesn't even look like it's raining. Really.
I agree. I mean, it's definitely raining, and it's
the visibility was low getting to Foxborough, by the way.
But I'm just talking about the way they're going about their business. They're you wouldn't know that they're fighting the elements trying to get through their pregame
they're
warm-ups.
Football players, they're used to it. For the most part, wherever you played, you were in some region with bad weather at some point in your life.
Well,
this shouldn't be new to them.
Not Vegas, no rain in Vegas.
No, well, yes, like we said earlier.
Got held up. Let's
Will
continue
Campbell. That's the first round
Christian.
pick right there, Will Campbell.
Yeah.
Let's head back to California with another Christian in California. Hey, Christian.
What are the odds?
Hey, what's going on, guys? First time caller, long time listener.
Nice.
So my question isn't directly related to the game, but it does have some sort of correlation. Considering I'm going to talk about a free agent, I'm curious on what you guys' opinions on Christian Wilkins are still. If he's still out there, if you guys would take a chance on him, or if you guys would still just kind of stay away from that. And I'll take it off there. Thanks, guys.
I forgot about Christian Wilkins, who was signed big deal last year by the Raiders and then was, I guess, released. Is that exactly how it went? With, I don't know, there was some weird stuff going on. And
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of issues there that people have gone back and forth about. I know Adam Butler, former Patriot, was somewhat critical at the same time as being sympathetic to whatever Wilkins is dealing with, but he was sort of insinuated that there were some mental health issues that Wilkins was going through. I would say the fact that he is still not signed by anybody would tell you that that's probably the line of thought around the league. Patriots have been strongly working on the defensive line.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Whether it be practice squad, there's been constant back and forth right up until yesterday when, Mike, you should probably read off that latest thing.
Corey Durden was promoted to the active roster, and Jeremiah Farms was released. Still a chance Jeremiah Farms comes back to the practice squad, but Just the latest in a bunch of moves they've done on the defensive line.
And just to add a little bit to that, Durden was actually signed to the active roster to replace Farms.
Yes.
So that is not just a practice squad elevation. He's going to stay on the roster until they release him, if they do. But there's been constant tinkering with the defensive line. I think they're looking for, I would think, some more stout, run-stuffing kind of players. I would have thought Farms would have fit into that kind of as a backup behind Kairos Tonga, but at least for now, he's off the roster. Durden's on it. But Christian Wilkins, to me, the bigger thing is the fact that no one signed him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously a tremendously talented player.
I know. He's really intriguing to me last year. I mean, he's kind of from the area, so he had a little bit of a connection to him. I think the Patriots, were talking to him last year before he signed that monster deal. But anytime you got a, big, tough guy like that with personality, there's a lot to like there. Hopefully he figures it out and is able to get back in the league. But let's just jump back to the phones here real quick. Parker calls in from Bolton. Hey, Parker.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. My big question is, how are the injuries to Eston Chisholm and Christian Gonzalez going to affect the game and possibly the season?
Well,
Gotcha.
Chisholm's out.
Thanks, Parker.
Well, Gonzalez is that's a significant blow. As I mentioned, I feel he's the Patriots' best player, most talented player. I think he would have allowed you to do some different things, maybe potentially with Brock Bowers in terms of coverage, maybe have Gonzalez's length on a taller, athletic tight end in Bowers, maybe get more physical with him with Carlton Davis and allow Gonzalez to handle Jacoby Myers. I think with one of those guys, Gonzo out, I think it kind of limits some of those options.
Yeah, for sure. Jump back. Oh, no, not yet.
Oh.
Sorry. Well, we're watching warm-ups here, going through all the rookies
I mean,
as
what
well.
what do you feel like with the Bowers situation, guys? How do you guys feel that they might attack
a
guy with over 100 catches as a rookie, all-pro season as a rookie? That you don't see that kind of stuff that often.
We love Terrell Williams. One of the reporters suggested, do you put a corner on him? He said, then they're just going to run the ball on you. I think it's a spin the dial kind of thing, especially on third downs. I'd consider that, though. Third and long, when you're not as worried about the run. But I'm curious, without Mostert, is it all on Genty today? And is that, is he ready for
he's
that?
capable,
is he ready to jump right in and
NFL debut.
Be a huge part of their offense? I'm sure he was going to be already, but even more so now. But same thing with Will Campbell and Max Crosby.
They have to step up to the moment.
And that's what it boils down to, right? You're going to have to make some plays. They're probably going to make some plays too.
I think so.
Yeah, they'll have Zamir White, which more of like a third down kind of an option. But you're right, because I have some respect for Mostert, maybe because he's had some good games against the Patriots with Miami. So I think that him not being in the lineup, I think, was a good development for the Patriots.
Well, we got a lot of confidence today, and it's important to have confidence when you're on the road. With Bridgestone tires on your car, truck, SUV, or minivan, you're riding on tires you can trust. Bridgestone tires are engineered to give you peace of mind so you can focus on enjoying the journey. So whether you're on your morning commute, a cross-country road trip, or a relaxing Sunday drive, Bridgestone tires will be with you wherever life's roads may lead. Bridgestone, solutions for your journey, available now at Sullivan Tire. Let's jump back to the phones here real quick before we get into the six-pack. And we're staying in LA.
People are jacked up for the opener.
Hey, Nelson, thanks for calling in. What's up?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Hey, okay, Nelson.
28 to 21. Patriots all the way. Let's go, baby.
28-21. Love it. Thanks, Nelson. Now we're heading over to Kakar in Jacksonville.
Kakar.
What's up, Kakar?
Yo, so I got one question.
One.
Just one.
When does Travion Henderson take over?
Take over
What time is kickoff?
in terms of being the lead back or being an impact player?
Lead back.
I don't think that will happen. But he'll be an impact player. I think Mike is right. Right from the outset. I think he's going to be the most dangerous weapon the Patriots have on offense in 2025.
Very possible. Very possible.
Is he the starting kick returner too?
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, I think you'll see Henderson and Gibson back there on kickoffs as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Not Jones?
On kickoffs, no. Probably punts for Marcus Jones.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kakar. How about Kendall in North Carolina? Hey, Kendall.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Kendall, were you banned from the North Carolina campus?
I'm crying. I knew this.
As a Patriots fan, did they just say, no, you can't come in here?
Nah. How you guys are doing?
Good. Counting down to
That's
kickoff
good.
here.
What are y'all doing in just an hour show nowadays?
Yeah, we shortened it up a little bit.
Pre-game is an hour. The post-game will remain 2 hours to let everybody celebrate/vent.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I just want to ask, how you think the second? Well, do you think with the rain? I heard it's supposed to be going on throughout the game. Do you think it will have an effect on like Brock Bowers and that Geno Smith offense?
No, not enough.
Yeah, I don't think it will, but all it takes is a high pass off a guy's hands that maybe he would have been able to corral with the drier conditions. One or two of those, and all of a sudden, you lose a completion, or worse, you end up committing a turnover. Those can be the difference in the game. I think these are pretty evenly matched teams. It could be something like that makes the difference.
All right, let's grab one more call here. Eldred down in North Carolina or wherever he is driving about. Hey, Eldred.
Hey, fellas. Hey, lady. No, I'm off today.
Okay. All right, good.
I'm watching the game.
There you go.
Yeah. Two keys. Mike, I'm like you.
First one.
I want to see the killer out of Drake May.
Nice.
And the guy I picked over Polk and Baker, and y'all laughed at me. I want to see what they do against Dante Thornton when they run deep. 6'5", 4'3", Mike Evans.
Yeah.
And I let it go from there. All right. Bye.
Okay. Thanks, Eldred. Appreciate it. Chiming in, of course. Eldred loves like big, tall, fast wide receivers.
He's very consistent. I tend to share his thoughts.
No.
I think the sort of smaller, shiftier guys are kind of, everybody has those. I think these are the guys that are difference makers, and not everybody has them. Patriots have really been looking for a bigger option on the outside for a while. They try to force feed guys like Devontae Parker in that role. But I don't know a ton about Thornton as a pro. I mean, obviously know what he did at Tennessee, but we'll see what kind of an impact he has. I thought Vinny Bonsignore, our pregame guest, was pretty high on him. He thought he was sort of billed as a one-trick pony, downfield guy, and he thought he showed to be more than that during training camp. We'll see what he's like as a pro.
Said won the job. I thought that was interesting how he said it. It's an opportunity there. Hey, Patriots fans, game day is almost here, so stock up now. Grab a refreshing Pepsi Zero Sugar 12-pack now, because tailgating deserves Pepsi. I think Paul would agree with us. Let's do the over-unders.
Especially the diet type.
Are we doing an intro, Matt, to over-unders this year? Yeah, we are.
Hey, right on cue.
Time now for this week's edition of Over-Unders.
You're over me? When were you under me?
Well done. I like that.
All right, the over-unders are brought to you by me, Paul, and Kwani. Why not?
Hey.
All right, guys, we're going to start off with Drake May passing yards. 220 yards. Ladies first. Over-under.
I'm going to take, it's the weather. Now the weather's getting in my head.
Yeah?
I'm going to take the over on that. I believe in Drake May.
Kwani's on the over. Paul, what do you got?
Don't disappoint me.
Paul is going to take the over on that as well.
Thank you, Paul.
220 seems like a modest enough total.
Yeah, I'll make it all three of us.
Yay.
All on the over on Drake. Let's talk Stephon Diggs receiving yards. 50.5. Kwani, back to you. Or no, wait, we do it. Yeah, we do it snake style. So Paul, you're up, right?
Okay.
That's a spiral.
I'm going to take the under on that one.
The under
for Diggs. I think Douglas might be the guy that gets
the yards,
the volume today.
I'm gonna go over. I'm feeling positive. Stephon Diggs first day.
Ooh, I'm a tiebreaker. I'm nervous because I was driving in and then people were concerned like his ACL. Why is he back? I'm gonna go ahead and bet on him as well. I'm gonna take the over. I think let's just.
Feeling positive. All right, Deuce's turn, and of course I get to go first on an Ashton Genty question. I kind of caused a stir this year.
Brother.
I took him in a mock draft, and people were upset with me for a while for the Patriots.
Really?
I was just causing discussion, that's all. Genty 80.5. I'm gonna go over. There's one thing I'm not quite sure about. One of them is run defense, so I'm gonna go over with Ashton Genty. I think he's gonna touch the ball a ton today.
I'm gonna absolutely agree with you on that one. I'm just scared. I look at him. I'm like, that kid can run through anything.
Yeah. And I thought that would be the game plan. That's Pete Carroll's history.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wanted to ask our pregame guest. Vinny felt the same way. I think he's going to get the ball a lot today. So I'll take the over.
All right, we're staying on the Raiders' offensive weaponry. Brock Bowers' receptions, 6.5. Back to you, Kwani.
I'm going to just go under on that one for the sake of the Patriots.
Shut him down.
Didn't take her long, did it?
Right, no, just quickly.
No, she's like, for the sake of the Patriots.
You just got to go with your gut.
What do you got, Paulie?
I'm going to take the over. I think
Yeah.
he and Myers, I think, will be the guys that get the most of the attention, most of the targets. I think he'll get 7 catches.
Yeah, I'm with Paul. Sorry, Kwani. I'm going to go over on that one.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right, Paulie, back to you. Total touchdowns, 4
This is
and
a good one.
half.
Here's where I depress myself. I'm going to take the under on this one.
Paul.
Not a huge believer in the offenses yet.
Yeah. Fair assessment.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under too. I've seen too many unders in recent years, and hopefully we can get off that this year.
Right.
What do you got, Kwani?
Because of the weather, I'm taking the under as well.
It's too wet.
Just blame everything on the weather.
Too rainy.
When
You're
in
too
doubt.
old.
All right, and our last one, total score 43 and a half. I've got to think about what my final
If my
score
under is
was.
4 touchdowns.
I'm gonna go over on this one, but not much.
I took the under again. Again, I just don't feel like the offenses are the strength of either team yet. I think that could change. But I'm going to take the under.
They should do a third option to take the middle.
Take the middle. Take the push.
Taking the push.
Boop. All right. Over unders.
So what do we take on that last one?
What do you
then?
I took the middle.
What
It's
does that mean?
43 and a half. You can't get a half.
That is a good point. I agree. 40. Okay, I'll take the over. 44.
All right,
Actually,
there we go.
Is that even a football score?
Yeah, you got
I'll
it.
take the over.
44.
First overs of the year.
All right.
We got Chance from Connecticut back on the phone lines. Let's hop back there real quick as we're building up just about a half hour away from kickoff. Hey, Chance. Chance, are you there?
I'll give you one more chance.
No more. Oh, you guys.
This is going to be a
I just
corny
wanted-
season,
I just
guys.
wanted to rap with Chance. He'll call back, I'm sure.
He'll call back. So, yeah.
So
like I
any
go ahead.
any little things, with this matchup, I feel like we, Mike and I, Kwani, do shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's a lot of minutia that goes along with that when you're just talking about one team all the time. I don't feel like there's anything that we. You know what we haven't talked about?
The uniforms.
I got a little something. Can I do a little
okay.
something?
Well, that's what I'm looking for.
This is going to make you pull out your hair, but
I don't have any.
Wait, is it the uniforms?
Raiders' advantage in the kicking game. I mean, there's two. And we brought up Rain not being a huge thing, but a rookie long snapper.
Yeah.
A rookie kicker for the Patriots, and Daniel Carlson for the Raiders, one of the best kickers in the league. I mean, not great kicking conditions, but if the game does come down to the end, that might be a significant answer for the Raiders.
You would have to figure if the game came down to a kick,
who's the better?
The Raiders would feel better about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
they have an excellent kicker, and the Patriots may have an excellent kicker, but this is his first.
We don't know
game.
yet. Yeah.
Right. And
We
I
don't
mean,
know that.
and just to drill down on Borregales a little bit, we've heard from some of the coaches this week saying, we felt like he won it. It was the entire body of work. To me, watching the practices that we watched, we didn't see everything, but we saw a lot of it. Still a little bit surprised. I still thought, Parker Roma had a little bit of an edge. I don't think Parker Roma's landed anywhere, but I thought he kicked well this summer. So we'll see what it looks like with Borregales, because to be honest, from the practice that we've watched, I don't have this immense confidence of, this rookie came in here and he's just kicking lights out, especially in a weather game. I mean, I know he's down from Florida, but just every little factor that you get with a rookie kicker, it could potentially cost you points on the scoreboard, right?
Difference.
No, I like that. I like that addition to the analysis, because we're all talking about how both teams are kind of in the same spot. They're two. Let's face it, they were two bad teams last year. They both won 4 games. They both picked, very early in the first round, because they were among the worst teams in football. They both think they've improved. They have new coaches. They brought in new coordinators at least on the offensive side of the ball for the Raiders, for the Patriots, both sides of the ball. They think they're better, but it's still kind of an evenly matched game. So you do need to talk about the margins.
Yeah.
And you're right, Mike, to bring up the addition of the long snapper too, snapping in his first game with a wet football and whatnot. Yeah, I again, if it comes down to a kick, you'd have to feel pretty good if you were Pete Carroll, because you have one of the best kickers in football, and the Patriots are dealing with a rookie.
That's what makes this matchup so exciting. No, I was just going to say that's why I'm so excited about the matchup, because of the fact that both of these teams are in their rebuild era, and we get to see who's going to prove that they're better right now, at least.
Yeah, which Taylor Swift album was that?
I'm not even, for the record, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. That was so unintentional that I'm kicking myself.
You're not even a Taylor Swift fan?
You're not a Taylor Swift fan?
But I work somewhere where she's everywhere. I have no choice but to see her.
I don't know if we can be friends.
Guys, one more thing I would just say here as we come down the last 10 minutes. So I'm just really interested, and you can make fun of me, but just how does the defense come together? This is a totally new look for defense from what we've seen.
That's another great one, Mike.
Yeah. How does it come together with? They want to be aggressive. I mean, you gave Milton Williams a ton of money. You have Christian Barmore. You've got 2 new defensive ends who really their thing is to go get the quarterback. How does that look? And how does it look stopping the run? Especially, Paul, you've been hammering it all week. They're going to come in here with Genty and really try to get him some carries and see what he can do. How does that all flesh out for this new defense?
Well, the reason why I think it's such an interesting point that you bring up, what are we going to get from the Patriots defense? I feel like the whole offseason, that's where the majority of their free agent signings were. They improved the level of talent on the defensive side of the ball, and I think a lot of people felt, rightly so, because of those improvements, this is how they're going to play. They're going to lean on their defense. The defense is going to be, top, some people say top 5, but top 10 anyway. That's the strength of the team. All of a sudden, we get to the last week and a half, and I'm hearing a lot of talk about this could be a high-scoring game. Both defenses really struggling. Vinny talked about the lack of experience in the Raiders' secondary. Patriots are missing their best piece in the secondary. And all of a sudden, people are talking about this is going to be a high-scoring game. Neither one of these defenses can stop anybody.
What's
and
the
I was
actual
like, what happened to the whole offseason for the Patriots, right?
So what do you think?
Yeah.
I think the Patriots defense will be okay. I am a little concerned about the ability to stop the run, but that generally keeps the score down. When you run the ball, it takes longer to score, it shortens the game, and all those cliches. Now, you can be very productive doing it, and I don't think that they'll shut down Genty today. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to get in the 30s to win, because if you're running in, 8, 10, 12-play drives that are taking 7, 8 minutes off the clock, you don't have a lot of time to score.
Yeah, well, we're closing in on it. I'm sure there are plenty of fans out there making some nachos, like Paul shared his gourmet nachos recipe this week in the PU newsletter.
Bringing trash can nachos to a new level.
Because football fans know that traditions matter, turning moments together into something truly epic. They're what inspire us to make our masa and Tostitos the traditional way. Starting with whole corn kernels, no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives, all to give you that perfect crunch. Discover your next tradition this football season. Head to the store, grab your Tostitos team bag, and scan the code for a chance to score an epic experience with the Patriots. Tostitos, tradition matters. I love nachos. Let's do the six-pack.
This is the Sunday six-pack, so kick back and listen to my position. I'm itching to get the picks back. You better bring a big stack. Get it mixed, Jack. I came to win it, yeah, this is the Sunday six-pack.
All right. First up, Miami Dolphins at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts by 1.5. You're back up.
Oh, my goodness. I am just going to... I'm taking Indy.
You going to take the Indy?
Yeah.
Indy at home?
Yeah.
Paulie, what do you got? How you feeling about those
What's
Dolphins?
the weather in Indy?
I don't really feel great about either one of these teams, but I'm going to take Miami. I just think they have more high-end talent. Early in the season, I think that wins out.
I picked the Colts this week. I'm going to go with the Colts. I don't know why. I feel like Miami's being left for dead maybe a little too early, but maybe the Colts do it today. I'll take Indy. Next one up, Pittsburgh at the Jets. Pittsburgh -3. They just they swapped quarterbacks.
Yeah, the Aaron Rodgers Bowl. I saw Rodgers, Mr. Great
Rodgers?
teammate, hugging all the Jets and like, oh, what problems? What? I'm a great guy.
They miss him. Justin Fields is mad.
I think Pittsburgh's going to go to the MetLife Stadium and lose outright. So I'm going to take the Jets, not just with the points. I'm going to take the Jets to win the game.
Oh,
dang.
Jets.
So I'm conflicted.
I can't quite do it. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's where I'm conflicted. And I'm gonna go with you. I'm taking Pittsburgh as well.
On to the 4 p.m.
I'm rooting
games.
for Aaron Rodgers, but whatever.
And we have at first the battle of the NFC North. The Lions
Also
are
noticed
at the
you guys
Packers.
didn't put the Giants game on here. What was that?
Matt just picks random ones. It's only a 6-pack.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are you a Giants fan?
Giants?
No, I didn't say that. No,
Is that Giants blue? It does look like Giants blue, doesn't it?
It doesn't matter who
My octave just got really high.
It doesn't matter who signed your check.
Where were you for Super Bowls 42 and 46?
46, I was a freshman at BC and won.
Tough time
but the team
for
that
you.
I was rooting for won. And then I actually told the Patriots fan to clean up after that.
You will have Giants Weekly on there. Don't worry.
Wow.
Thank you.
I put the Lions
Just
on there.
for the drama.
I had a similar college experience in my freshman year at BU. which, you know,
Right down the street from me.
much better, too. Much better school.
Sucks to be you. You've heard it before.
He doesn't actually like BU.
Oh, good.
Kind of facts. But the Red Sox lost the World Series to the Mets.
Oh, yeah.
We had like a team free-for-all on the baseball diamond. So
Did you have to clean up as well?
Good. No, I just had to go home and feel shame.
That was the pain. All right, moving along here with our six-pack, though. The Lions at the Packers. Good matchup here this afternoon. I guess I'm up first. And, man, just some change in Detroit. I'm going to go with Green Bay at home. You got Quanti, you're up.
I'm gonna take Green Bay as well. They're at home. You said game.
Yeah, great matchup.
Yeah, that's
early.
a good
This
one.
is where my focus will be during the post-game show when I'm watching the Red Zone and the giant TV right in front of me.
With all the commercials.
I'm going to take Detroit. I feel like they're healthy, and I think they've done a great job. I think Dan Campbell has done a great job of convincing the players they have something to prove, despite being a 15-2 team. Losing the coordinators, there's a lot of doubt. Can Dan Campbell do this without Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson? I think they get off to a good start on the road.
Detroit for Paulie. Next up, Texans at the Rams, and they're trying to hold Matthew Stafford together any way possible.
Toradol and duct tape.
Yeah, actually you're back up, Quanti.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with the Rams. Rams. It looks like I'm picking all the home. No, I didn't take the Jets actually. Yeah, I'm taking the home teams. It looks like
Los Angeles Rams.
Who you got, Paul?
The Rams.
I'm going to take the Rams as well. I
love Matthew
I have a soft spot for Matthew Stafford. So as long as his back is
you got to send him a disc.
in one piece, I take the Rams.
I'm going to buck the trend here. I'm going to take Houston. Nick
I do like
Caserio.
C.J. Stroud, too. That's a good point that you make. I do like C.J.
like
Stroud.
him. A couple of Iowa State receivers they picked up. We'll see how it comes together for them. Sunday Night Football, one I'm sure we're all going to enjoy watching when we get home here after the Patriots put up a victory. Ravens at Bills, Baltimore by 1.5.
I struggled with this one already.
Tough.
Offensively,
This is a good
Lamar.
game.
This is going to be good. Lamar versus Josh.
You're up.
I'm going to take Baltimore. I think they're the regular season team. A little bit ahead
That's
of
what everyone's
Buffalo.
saying, yeah.
And I mean, the Ravens are, I feel, the best team in football on paper. This will be a good game, good matchup. These two teams probably will see each other again in January, but I'll take the Ravens.
I guess I'm up. I can't quit the Bills. I don't know. I think they're going to. I love Josh
Allen. We saw him this morning on TV.
I love Josh Allen.
They took a little reset last year, and I feel like it did them good. And I think that they're gonna start to go to a new level. According to Fred, the window not closing for Buffalo. I got Buffalo.
Oh, I don't think it's closing either. I think this is going to be a really close game and a really good one. But I'm not betting against Lamar Jackson. I'm going to take Baltimore as well.
I get it.
Yeah, I just have to.
All right, and last up, we have our game right here. The Raiders at the Patriots. Patriots are 2.5-point favorites.
Sorry, Kwani, who did you take?
The Ravens.
She took
Ravens.
the
Baltimore. Okay. Yep. Sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
And I guess, Paul, you're back up then for the...
Yeah, Patriots by 2.5. I am going to take the Patriots to win this game. Yeah, it is very controversial. For me, it's very controversial, especially early in the season. I think that the energy in the building today is going to be a big advantage.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge believer in the whole West Coast coming East Coast thing. I think that sort of really lessened in recent years. I think Pete Carroll in particular, as Vinny mentioned, has been really, really good in those spots. But I think the Patriots have just enough to get by. This game could go either way. I'm going to go 23-17. Maybe a late turnover by the Raiders is the difference.
I like it. I'm in a similar territory as Paul is. I'll take a low 20s to high teens, say 23-18, same kind of game. I want to see this Patriots defense force some turnovers, be aggressive. I think it might be a little bit feast or famine. They might make a big play. They might give up a big play. But I think ultimately they're going to put enough together to pull this one out. But just so many unknowns. The game could unfold any way, and I wouldn't be too surprised. But I think the Patriots have enough here at home, like Paulie said. So I'm going to go with the Pats.
Well, I'm definitely not a party pooper, and also, why would I bet against the Pats at this point? I am going with the Pats as well. I think they got it. Yeah, this is the moment to trend upwards.
There you go.
Yeah, I took a little call back there.
She brought it all.
She's tied it all together, and I guess we got cut off because Vinny came in. But why don't we give Kwani the key here? for her first day, and you gotta wear that for the whole week.
I'm really not on board with that at all. But
including
I had double X. I thought I should have gotten it, but that's okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll see afterwards. Be sure to tune in right after the game ends. We'll be back here with the Patriots post-game show. Break it all down for you guys. Look forward to hearing from you. Otherwise, enjoy it. Week 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, this is Evan. Thanks for tuning into the show. If you really want to help us, make sure to like us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to follow on the New England Patriots YouTube channel to see this show and everything else we do here at the Patriots. Thanks a lot.